Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Alexandra here. So the time has come. I'm going to be doing a project pan update number 2. Exciting stuff going on. I feel like my hair is really wild today. It's just doing its own thing. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so very excited for today's project pan. As you saw from the title, I'm kind of having a change of heart about like hate panning. I think I've become a hate panner. I don't know, but I think I'm done with that. I think I finally found some products here that I'm just like, not for me anymore. So let's get into it. Well, as you may know, if you've been following me, I've been doing I do a yearly project pan, things that gotta go. This year I'm doing a 10 style rolling project pan. And it's usually products that are either like really old or don't really work for me that I kind of want to get out of my collection. I have my 10 products here. I made some good progress on things. I finished up a few things. If you saw my empties video, you will have already known this, but let's get into it. First thing here that I'm going to go through is Vaseline, Vaseline Intense Care. I actually used it quite a bit. So we started up here, update number 1, and now we're down to here. This is great. I love this product. It's just, this is the oldest like non-scented one in my collection. I typically use this on tattoos for healing tattoos. I've gone through many of these before. I do use it on my body as well, but like that's usually what I buy it for. I prefer things that are scented. I want to get through this. I will get through this. I will, when it gets a little bit lower, cut it open. I usually cut these open, and there's always a ton of products stuck around the sides. So this will get done. I don't know. It should be done by the next update because I only do my updates every 2 months. So this should be done. But like, it's now getting a little bit hotter here, warmer. So towards the end of April, I wasn't using this every day. I was using it maybe like every other day. So that's what's going to happen now because it's getting warmer. It's not as cold, but it still should be no problem. But this is a big bitch, and I'm going to be glad when it's done. The next thing is a single shadow from Nomad, and I'll show you a couple of like comparison photos. Where we're at. So I have expanded the pan, but like technically we are a third of the way like through the year. So technically this should be a third of the way done if I want to have it finished by the end of the year, but it's not even a quarter of the way done. So I really got to get my button gear if I want to get this done. It's a nice color. It's really powdery, like, or I should say like, I shouldn't say powdery because there's not like a ton of kick up, but like it's very not packed, like very loosely packed. So it does go quickly when I use it, but I just haven't really used it. To be honest, I've probably worn this like 5, maybe 10 times since the last update. So I was just working on other things. At least there's some progress. My body sprays. So one of them's in my locker. That's the blue one. And I swear, like, I'm not lying. There's maybe like this much progress that I've done on it from like the beginning. So you're not missing anything on there. But this other one is done. So it was like down here for the last update, if you can see it. These Bath and Body Works ones are beasts. Like the mist is so fine that they last so long. Like I think I started it this year like at this line. So it was less than halfway, and I probably used this at least 60 to 80 times. And it wasn't, I don't just spray like 1, I spray like 4. So these suckers take a long time. Glad that that one's done. There's barely any progress on this one, and this one is like very minimal progress as well, if you can see that line. Body sprays, I'm a little concerned they might take me all year because based off of this one and the other one being almost full, I'm not really sure how that's gonna go. Of course, my dog wants out mid-filming, so this is the Ofra highlighter that I've been wanting to pan all year. I'll show you some pictures as well. Not super great for the progress. I think I can see like some rings from the pan, but like there's no way I'm gonna be going through this year. I don't know what I was thinking. These are also just like very like thin, like consistency, I guess, or I don't know. They're just super thin and super like smooth. So a little goes a long way. And even though I'm very like generous with my highlighter, I mean, I'll hit pan on this, but like to use this all up, that's not happening. But I'm still gonna keep using it and using it as like my main highlighter for the year as of right now. This is the perfume that I've been working on last year that rolled over into this year's. This is Britney Spears Circus. Here are my marks. So first, where it started, first update, second update. For some reason, I was under the impression that this would be done by this update. I don't know. Should be done by the next update, but like, I don't know. This is 100 milliliter bottle. These are easily like take you a year if you use this every day. So I don't know. We'll see. There's still like a little bit of product in there, quite a bit, as you can see where my lines are. We'll see. I'm going to keep using it. This one I'm really stoked about. So this is my Mary Kay Matte Wear Liquid Foundation. Look at that. So look how skinny she's getting. She's skinny. This was essentially full last update. I had used it like 5 times and I didn't even have a mark on it. So I'm just assuming it's like down to here now. But yeah, like I've used it probably at least 40 times since the last update, at least. So this is good. This is good. I'd like to have it done sooner than later because in an ideal world, I would like to get through another one of these before the end of the year, but I don't know. But I am quite pleased with this progress, so I'm happy about that. Look how small this little bitch is getting. So this is the Mary Kay at Play, like crayon type thing, eye crayon, face crayon, I don't really know. So here's my progress. I have it here. I've been working on this for a freaking ever. Last update it was here. This is where I started. I haven't marked it yet, but like you can see, I've probably used up, if not more, what I used in the entire year last year in the last 4 months. So I've really been trucking away on this. And this is like my oldest makeup item in my collection. It's like 7 years old probably. It's disgusting. It hasn't separated, surprisingly, and it doesn't do anything weird. I just use it as like an inner corner highlight. So based off of this cap, like if I put it all the way in, like I can just get it out. So I'm thinking like technically I could get like one more Sharpen out of this, but I'm gonna have to be careful when I put it back in because I probably won't be able to get it back in. I might get 1 or 2 if I'm careful Sharpens out of this, and of course 1 or 2 can probably last me like a month's worth of use, maybe longer. We'll see, but yeah, quite pleased with that as well. Now for the products that I am rolling out. Let's start with the ones that are actually done. This is a Sentience gloss, lip gloss, covered in dog hair. It's disgusting. And this is the Diamond Kiss gloss. I did take the stopper out and scrape as much as I could out of this. I really did enjoy this, but I'm glad that I'm done a lip product, which is really awesome. And another product, another lip product. This is the Jeffree Star Androgyny liquid lipstick. I've been working on this forever too. I did take the stopper out. I don't know if you can see, you probably can't see anything in there, but it's scraping the sides, and although I could probably get a few more uses, it's like there's not a lot left, and I've already revived this with Inklot Duraline maybe 3 or 4 times. I don't really know how many times you're supposed to revive stuff before it's like done, but I find when I wear this now, it like gets really thick and kind of peely on my lips after a while. It just doesn't wear well anymore. It's really dried out, and of course reviving it, you can only do it so many times, I'm sure. So I did wear this 20 more times since the last update, which is quite a bit, and that's not including like reapplication. So I'm calling it done. I was gonna try to get 1 more use out of it this month, but I'm like, you know what? It's just throw it out. Like, just, you're done. Just move on. Move the fuck on. So this is going. So this is the product that I think made me realize your girl's gotta stop hate panning. I don't mind like hate panning things to a degree because I don't want to overconsume, overspend on things and then not use them. If I just kind of like them or not really like them but can make them work, sure, I'll use them. I think I've gotten as much use out of this palette as I possibly can at this point. I've been wearing it sort of like as a face palette. I'll pop up some pictures for you from last month's progress. So here's the deal. You're probably thinking, wow, you got done a lot. No. Hear me out. These two shades here, Foxy and WOS, I depotted them or whatever, scraped them out and repressed them into a compact and wore them as a face powder, all over the face powder. That worked out okay. Great. This shade over here, I have been scraping it out and mixing it with Inklot Duraline to make it into a liquid liner. I had to like throw out my little pot because again, I don't know how many times you can revive something with Inklot Duraline without it like being too much. I swear I probably revived it like 10 times in the last, since I've probably started this project, this little section here. And it just gets really gummy and like gooey. And I just was like, why can't I make good wings anymore? Like, what's wrong with me? And then I'm like, oh, I'm wearing something else on my eyes today, a gel pot liner. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's this. This is so hard to work with as a liquid eyeliner. It just sucks. So I was kind of on the fence, like, okay, maybe I can make this work if I just scrape out a different, like a little bit like less obviously and just not have to revive it as many times. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, that's kind of cheating, but I'll just do that. This shade over here, I've been wearing it as a highlighter. There's quite a little bit of a dip in there. I'm wearing it as a highlighter today. It's quite nice. I will pop this out and continue to use it as a highlighter because I really do enjoy it. And then these two shades here. Okay, so Faint and Naked 2. I popped them out, scraped them out, and repressed them. It's a horrible repressing job, don't judge me. Here it is. It's just a big brown massive eyeshadow now. I sort of was like under the impression that I could like use it as a bronzer, but I don't know. That looks awfully dark to be a bronzer on your girl. It looks real dark. Like, I don't know. Maybe I could wear it as a bronzer. I don't know. I mean, now that I'm like looking at it on camera, I'm like, oh, it doesn't look that bad. So, and then I was like, well, I could wear it in my eyebrows or as an eyeliner or as a shadow, but I don't know. I mean, I think I don't need any more eyebrow, like eyebrow, and I'm not gonna wear it as an eyeliner, and I don't want any more brown like eyeshadows. I just don't really enjoy that. I don't know. I think it looks like a little muddy if I were gonna wear it as like a bronzer. Like, this is my favorite bronzer. This is what I'm wearing today. This is a Mary Kay one. Let's compare. This is much more like golden. Yeah, see, that just doesn't even work as like, as a bronzer. Yeah, completely different tones. So I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm like, I don't need a big thing of eyeshadow like this in this color. Don't need it for my brows. I have no use for it. I have no use for it. So I think I'm just going to say bye, and I'm just going to retire this palette, and I'm not going to count it as a makeup empty because of course it's not empty, I still feel kind of bad about it, even though I didn't pay for this. Somebody gave it to me from their own collection because they had no use for it either. So it's just like, I need to be okay with retiring this and knowing that I used it as much as I possibly could. So this is being retired. I'm not going to hate pan it because I just can't. I'd be using this for like 6 years. So I don't want to use it and I wouldn't even be enjoying it. So I have decided to retire it and I'm going to replace it with something else. So onto the fun things, rolling things in. I picked 3 things to replace the 3 things. And let's start. So the first thing is I'm going to, of course, be putting in another lipstick. I tried to pan this last year. It is reappearing this year. This is the Mauve Ice by Lip Sense, and I've already marked it. So the big bottom line is where we're starting. You can see all my old ones. It's about halfway. This will be a nice shade, I think, for summer. I'm hoping I can get lots of use on it. I don't know. We'll see. It's one of my older ones. It's time to get through it. I am also going to be replacing my gloss with another gloss by Senjance. This is the matte gloss, and I really debated whether or not I was going to put this in the project. I might be hate panning this too, kind of. I don't know. I've already taken out the stopper because there's so much already gone out of it, but like I don't want to throw it out if, you know, even look at it, like there's not much in there. So I was like, okay, let's just find a way to use this. I'm wearing this essentially as a lip balm, so it'll be fine for that, and hopefully it doesn't take me a bazillion years to use it, but I'm gonna try. And finally, to replace my like palette, I didn't really want to add in another palette. I was like, I really want to play with my palettes this year. I don't have a whole lot, but I want to play with the ones that I have. So I'm just going to add in something small that I don't really care for, but I am getting use on it anyways. So I'm going to use the It Bye Bye Under Eye. It's a concealer. It's the only concealer in my collection. There is a giant air bubble in here. So I don't even know where it is. I couldn't tell you. I can't even fold it down. And then when I open it up and try to like push the air out, product tries to come out. So I'm just going to replace the palette with this. And I'd like to get it out of my collection. It's not my favorite. I just don't really use concealer. Like, I'm not wearing concealer today. I don't really need it. So, in my opinion, I don't really need it. So I'm going to try to use this up and get it out of my collection. It's been lingering for far too long. That is everything in my Project Pan update. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little bit of, I kind of rambled a little bit there, but whatever. It's fine. It's cool. That's what we're here for. Let me know if you're doing a Project Pan and how's it going. Let me know your thoughts on like my hate panning situation. If you care to comment, you know, I'd like to hear your opinion, and I will talk to you guys later. Stay safe. Bye.